Okay, so I'm going to give you my impressions of that Vixen Finder Eyepiece 100, which you see second from the left. On the immediate left, you see the Teleview 31 millimeter Nagler Type 5. To the right of the Vixen, you'll see the Teleview 17.3 millimeter Delos, and then just for size also is a Teleview 2-inch diagonal. Now, I just so happen to have gotten that Vixen somewhat by mistake. I actually ordered it, but then I had some conversations back and forth with Vixen and then determined that it really wasn't what I thought it was supposed to be, or that the website alluded to. So I ordered it from Amazon, and I stopped the order, which Amazon did stop the order because it hadn't shipped, but then for some reason Optics Planet ended up sending it out anyways. So I figured if I've got it, they're going to pay to send it back. So I figured, well, if I've got it, I may as well check it out and do a video review. And here is that Vixen 100 Eyepiece Finder without the rubber eye cup. Okay, so here's the crosshairs. I'm just holding my camera to where the eye would go. Let me try to zoom in on it. So that's what the crosshair looks like. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but those crosshairs, I'm looking down at the end that goes into the draw tube. Those crosshairs are not on a reticle. They're just on the open, pretty much laid across a ring. If you can see that, I'm trying to hold it up to the sun here. So there's a ring that goes in there. You can see some of the black paint on that ring right there to your right, and they are just glued in there. I'll try to zoom in. Don't know how well that's, there we go. Let's see if that shows. There we go. You can see where it's just laying right on top of that chromed ring. So they're out in the open. You definitely do not want to get your fingers in there. You're going to damage those. I think you can actually see it better here now that I'm standing in the shade, not actually in the sun. Yep, I think you can see better how those crosshairs are in there. Again, definitely don't want anything going in this end, or you're going to screw up those crosshairs. Okay, so this is the box that it'll come in, something like this. So it has the bubble wrap that's around the eyepiece, which is also in another plastic bag. Now this eye shield does come off. You can see that little groove in there. Just goes on like. So here's what happened. After I ordered it, I kind of got the cart before the horse. So after I ordered it, I thought there was a misprint when it said 11 degree apparent field of view. So I spoke to Brian on the phone. He said to send him an email with the information. So on 10/29 of 2018, I sent Brian an email, said thanks for your help. There appears to be an issue on the website with the item number 35203, the Vixen Finder Eyepiece 100. No way can this 100 millimeter focal length eyepiece have only an 11-degree apparent field of view. Is it a misprint? If that was the case, then my Astrophysics 130 GTX f6.3 refractor, I only get a true field of view of 1.375 degrees, and I gave him the formula, and I said, or in my case, 11 degrees divided by 8 times equals 1.375 degrees. Can't be that small, not for an eyepiece that is supposed to replace a finder on your telescope. Has to be bad information on the website. Perhaps they meant 110 degree apparent field of view. If that was indeed a 110 degrees apparent field of view, then I get 13.75 true field of view, much more like it. And then I had a link to the website and the stats that it showed there, that it replaces your finder scope with this low power eyepiece. Eliminate the need for a finder scope. And so anyways, he did get back with me 2 days later, and I'll show you that. But when I spoke to him on the phone, he wasn't quite sure himself. He said he would forward it to the people over in Japan and see what they had to say. And again, the reason for me getting this was I just wanted to have something I could throw in the eyepiece that was super, super wide. Point the telescope to a known star without having to screw around. If I was using my 175 f8 Astrophysics, then I could, or the 130, I could acquire a star, put it in the crosshairs, and then set the mount to that star, and then set it to auto guiding and be done with it. So his response was on 10/31/2018. He said, Tony, in communication with the factory, they have given us some new information and we have changed the website. I gave them the argument that we discussed, which basically is what I discussed, because he wasn't really sure. The field of view with some eyepieces should be wider than the Finder 100, and they agreed. It appears that the Finder 100 is designed more for the basic beginner who uses our lower-end telescope, such as the A70 IF. Note the link on the Vixen Japan website, and he's got a link that's in Japanese. Please note some additional information that is on our website. We will make more changes on the site shortly to more clearly reflect the use of this product. And so you'll see down there where he says new copy, and what he actually it says replace your finder scope with this low power eyepiece. That's still misleading because it shouldn't even say that. What's different was where it shows the actual field of view varies with optical instruments, and he has examples of actual field of view with a Vixen SD81, an SD103 OTA, an SD115 OTA, and a VMC200 IL, and then he gives those fields of view, which is 1.76, 1.38, 1.23, and 0.56 degrees. But again, the confusion is it says replaces your finder. And so anyways, we've got it taken care of, and the eyepiece is going back. But I thought I'd just put this up in case anybody's got any questions as to what this is. They would know clearly.